Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Pokemon White 2 Nuzlocke. Hey! So, you're probably wondering why this video is different from the first one. Instead of leaving an entire video's worth of an explanation, I'll just explain it in the description so you can go down there and read it if you care. Otherwise, let's continue. So, I go back to train, and the route where I found Doggo, I ran into, I didn't find this before. I ran into an Azurill, a few of them, and even some Mareep. I know that there were overworld sprites, but I didn't think they would be in the wild. I guess I don't know. And there's some friends of mine who told me that there's a 1% chance of finding a Riolu. Meanwhile, I got a normal type dog. It's just wonderful. So, my mom called me, in the game, my mom called me, and she was asking where I went. And she sounded so amazed that I went to the next city over. What? Was she gonna keep me ostracized from the rest of the world? Is it just that amazing to go to, 2 cities away? Whatever. Okay. I run into some guy who claims to have a dream of being both a ship captain and a movie star. Okay, well, what specific goals he has in mind? And you know what? His daughter seems to agree that sounds like the dumbest idea imaginable, but he doesn't listen, so she calls him a dim-witted, dense, dumb, daffy, dippy, dorky, doltish doofus. Hey, can't knock her for being a fan of alliteration. Seriously, even after all that, she still says some D words. I'm not even talking about dick. Although I wish I was, because that would have been hilarious. So, good news, bad news. I was able to find my next encounter. Unfortunately, it was a Pat Rat. I named him Matt Pat, because why wouldn't you? He's a very logical thinker who questions everything like, why was he the first encounter? I ask myself that every time I look at him. For some reason, I ran into some random punk who traded me a great ball for one of my Pokeballs. Okay, but why? He said I can come back tomorrow to do it again. He's gotta be using some sort of tax evasion fraud or something. I then run into some random guy who's asking to pump up his employees. He wants me to do that. He wants me to pump up his employees. I know he wants me to battle them, but he makes it sound like he wants me to suck them off. So while I'm training, Sliver just goes and decides to evolve. Now I just feel unstoppable. I realize as I'm saying that he could die immediately. Someone earlier gave me an antidote because, you're going to need this for the next gym, which makes me think, it's going to be a poison type. That's not good for a mono grass, so... Woo-hoo. So I then taught Catwoman Fury Swipes, and she has been getting full 5s with it. She would also often get crits. That's really cool. Good for her. So I stalk this scientist until he thinks I'm cool enough to be rewarded with an ether. He called me his complex buddy, whatever that means. I guess he thinks I'm smart and am interested in how he runs the facility, but I was just doing it for a side quest. I guarantee you I'm never going to see him again. Even if I want to, the game won't let me meet him. Now, because I gave all the workers blowjobs, battled them, I got the TM for Rock Smash. Wait, it's not an HM anymore? Isn't it in the later games? Until Sun and Moon, at least. Okay, I'm at the gym, which appears to be an underground rock concert. That's unique and cool. I find a poster that says, I can sing, wanted, the rest of a band. That is hilarious. Okay. Uh, I didn't mention this last time. Why does it take forever to save? It takes long enough to get from one place to another, but like the saving is just is taking forever. I remember Fire Red being quicker. What the hell is this? Sun and Moon is a more complex game, and it saves faster. That makes no sense to me. Okay, so I will admit, I do like the cleverness of making the rock music the same as the gym music. Although have to take that compliment right back because all they're doing is spelling Pokemon and then saying Pokemon. Not even a good singer's voice. I feel like they just got some random people off the streets of Japan to go, "Hey, you want to sing some Pokemon, kids?" I mean, like even if they didn't, How long did they take to come up with that idea for the song? Oh, Pokemon! Jesus. Okay, so the name, like this is something I noticed. The name of the backup guitarist of the Pokemon gym. So there's like a drummer, a vocalist guitarist, and a backup guitarist. And I noticed that the name of the backup guitarist, her name is Billy Joe. She is a female guitarist. I mean, it's one thing to reference Billy Joel, but it's another to utterly fail at it. Okay, so Catwoman got critted but lived, and that scared me half to death. She was like in the freaking red. Like, I have now remembered that in Gen 5, this intense, evil music plays whenever your Pokemon are in the red. For Nuzlocke players, that is evil. What I was not prepared for was this gym to be, like, that tough. I was fighting, like, the other people, and they were, like, around 14. But, like, the gym leader's Pokemon, she had one at level 15 and another one at 18. I think my strongest guy was 19, and the rest were, like, 15, except for Matt Pet, who was 13 because he sucks. And like I kind of knew it would be a poison type, but I just was not prepared for it. Because the gym leader's Pokemon was so strong, I lost Sliver. Because I was ill prepared, I had to sacrifice Matt Pat in order to heal my other guys. But it's so crazy because like I end up winning that battle from the skin of my teeth. So Doggo's all fully healed up. And like as I'm setting up using like workup or whatever the move I got from the first gym was, that like I was using the tech from MatPat to stall out the Venushocking that was constantly happening from the Whirlipede. Oh my god. Like, no joke. All she would do was just spam the move Venoshock. That's all she did. And my god, it was really hard to try and balance around. But I was detecting to try and waste her PP. But when I got to Doggo, she ran out. So I was setting up while she was protecting, and then I attack and knock her out in like one hit. Because Doggo is the freaking man. Or at least the freaking man's best friend. Yeah! Uh, so, in the end, I just barely won that battle. I really thought I was going to lose the Nuzlocke because of the second gym battle. That would have been really embarrassing. Whatever. I win, and now all I have left is a cat and a dog to protect me in this world of crazy powerful monsters. But all hope is not lost, though, because Doggo has evolved into a higher form. I might not fail at this Nuzlocke after all. Seriously, it's almost as if the pack leader has died, that he had to take up the higher ranks and evolved to acknowledge that. It's really freaking cool. Like, seriously, he went up 2 levels by taking out that whirlipede. So, by the way, uh, you want to know what TM I got for beating the gym? It was Venoshock. There's a part of me that really fucking hates this game. So, after I beat the gym leader, uh, some guy saw how I didn't completely and utterly fail, so he invites me over to some place to make a movie or something. Okay, whatever. So, before I do that, I go to the Pokemon Center to bury the corpses. Man, like, this doesn't feel right, man. Like, this is the first Pokemon game I'm going to be playing without my starter. Like, uh, every Pokemon game that I have ever played, I have never taken my starter out of my party. This is the first time I'm doing this. Like, at all. I always make at least one room of space to always keep my starter in. I never take him out. That's just like a thing I do. But now he's dead, and I have no choice. I feel dirty. Oh yeah, and Matt Pat's dead too, but I really don't give a shit about that. I meet up with that guy who invited me, and also knows my name for some reason. He introduces me to his boss, Mr. Stu Dio. If you asked me to come up with a more obnoxious name, I would fail. Like, it's bad enough that the Pokemon's names are puns. Okay. Now they're spreading to humans. So, I'm being introduced to what is essentially Pokemon's version of Hollywood. Even though this region is based off of the East Coast of America. So this is like how they make movies in New York or whatever. So it's like the New York Hollywood. Whatever, it's basically fucking Hollywood. So for whatever reason, he feels the need to drag me across the floor in order to get from one place to another. Like, dude, you don't have to fucking grab me. I can just follow you. Like, seriously, he turns back to me, indicating that he's like grabbing my fucking hand. It's, dude, I'm at least 10 years old. I have big boy pants. Okay, so we run into the guy from before with 2 occupations, and now he's so proud of the movie that he made that he insists I watch it to gain a better understanding of how to make movies, and definitely not because he has an inflated ego. I guess either way, it doesn't matter because everyone hated it. Wow, everyone hated it. And yeah, I don't blame him. It was pretty bad. I mean, I've seen better acting out of The Happening. So now I'm in the filming studio and they're introducing a character from the last game. Like a guy called Bryson. Like I think he was either a gym leader or he was an Elite Four member. Either way, he was the ice type guy. I don't know about you, but once I saw Bryson, I'm like, oh, it's that guy. But what is this kimono wearing ass motherfucker doing in a film studio? Like, apparently he's a veteran film star, whatever that means. I don't know about you, but I didn't take him as an actor. Oh yeah, Stu called him cool, and his Pokemon are Ice type, and I want to kill myself. Okay, they're not letting me leave. They are keeping me hostage until I make a movie, because that's fair. This feels so weird. I have a Pokemon battle over a green screen. And of course, the director has a Philly accent. I make the movie, and in true Hollywood fashion, it's done immediately, and without saying a single word, they're able to add in voiced dialogue and add in CGI costumes within a matter of seconds, and it's on the big screen right after shooting. Like I said, it's just like Hollywood. So I did pretty well. I got some lemonades out of it. Man, you know what? I take it back. That movie was fun. You know what? I kind of almost forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, Nuzlocke. I swear, Stu must be from Callus because he called me darling every 5 seconds, and he kind of has that French vibe about him. So yeah, after my movie was shown off the big screen, like, it's hilarious. I was expecting everyone to be excited and jump for joy, like, whoa, yeah, that's awesome. But instead, they cheer at the end with a polite clap. Like, geez, man, I didn't know these white guys were on an airplane. Whatever, still got my lemonade. So, after that, I run into Team Plasma again, and Bobby kind of reveals that Team Plasma may have affected him in the past, like I give a shit. And this time I finally get to fight them. So what was the point about them being a secret before? I mean, whatever. Okay, so now that Doggo is so buff, I was able to knock them out in like one fucking hit. It's hilarious. Also, they say plasma as they lose. That's almost as dumb as saying your own name specifically in Hawaii. After I kick their ass, they they fucking push me out of the way in order to escape. Guys, I think this is the first time a human has ever pushed me out of the way in order to escape in a Pokemon game. Like, I could be wrong about that. I don't know if anyone's ever pushed the main character. Like, I think they've pushed, like, NPCs maybe in the past, but I don't think they've ever pushed the main character. Like, ever. Like, I just saw that. I'm like, oh shit, physical force? You can do that? Humans can do things instead of relying on Pokemon for them? Also, Bobby makes a tisk sound after the grunt just made the exact same sound. I fucking hate Bobby. I fucking hate Bobby. So, now I have the HM cut. I can use this. Okay, so now they're on the run, and I have to look for them. Okay, so I found them, and there they go again. Oh my god. So Bobby runs off to the port where we just encountered them so we can catch them by the boat. But then he just disappeared from view and then ceases to exist. Like, the stairs that he would have to go down to in order to get there was in view, so he either didn't go there and went the other way, or more likely, he's a ghost that is here only for the sole purpose to piss the hell out of me. Okay, so the gym leader and her father have a heart-to-heart, and the game just goes on its merry way. So, turns out that Team Plasma Grunt escaped, so there's absolutely no point for me to track them down. I think it was just an excuse for those two people to have that heart-to-heart, which is bullshit, because that's at my expense. Would have had the encounter, like, I don't know, maybe outside the movie theater or whatever. Anyway, I finally make it to the big city by boat. Man, I feel like an immigrant. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just feel like I came to America over the ocean. Either way, I'm finally on the mainland. And I talked to some random juggalo, and he finally gives me the bicycle. Thank you, God. But then I'm thinking to myself, wait, these cost $1 billion. Why are you just giving it to me for free? Man, these tax evasion guys, man, they're getting the best out of this situation. And that is the end of chapter 2. So, to recap, I have 2 out of 5 Pokemon still alive. I don't know what is going to go down, but either way, I am not a big fan of it. I'm very scared. I am very scared. If I die within this next episode, I don't blame myself. But hopefully I'll be able to get some more Pokemon in other routes so I can, like, stock up on, not sucking. So, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, sorry for the drastic difference in visuals. But, again, if you want to know why, just read the description. I'll catch you guys next time with the next episode. See ya.